Hello, 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 everybody. Y'all, thank y'all for jumping on with me. We're going to wait for a few more minutes and see if we can get a couple of more people to join us. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? Y'all, but I wanted to jump on here right quick and talk with you guys about some very important things that I think that everybody needs to know. Um, it seems to be where I'll say a lot of African Americans these days are experiencing so many different health problems until it's ridiculous. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, y'all. I'm trying to get my camera right. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but lately they have been just a big ex- uh, increase. That's the word I'm looking for. It just been a big increase on how many dialysis centers we have popping up, especially. And I don't know about anywhere else, but I know especially down in the South, and especially in the Low Country. I've noticed that traveling down Highway 321 going to back towards the South, you will notice that there are so many dialysis centers that are popping up, and then they're popping up in these little small towns. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but I've noticed that, and I'm like, well, why are all the dialysis centers? Because I know, like back in the day, we didn't. I don't even I can't even recall even knowing of a dialysis center that was separate from like a medical facility, maybe like a hospital or a clinic. I've never seen so many individual dialysis centers in my entire life that has been popping up lately. And like I said, is they're popping up in these little small rural area towns. And so the question would be, why? Why do we think that that there are so many dialysis centers just popping up all of a sudden, just popping up? Well, I think for one, um, there are several reasons, and I'm going to get into all the reasons. I'm going to get into all the reasons why this could possibly happen. But the main thing that I wanted to talk with you guys about, something that has been affecting at least one out of three, especially African Americans. This is a statistic for African Americans and people of color. They are one out of three African Americans that are has kidney disease today. One out of three of every African American have kidney disease today. One out of three, y'all. Now that is about 33% of the population. But guess what? We only make up about 12% of the population here in the US. That's crazy. That is truly, truly crazy. So it has to be something going on in our community that is causing all of these, for one, dialysis centers popping up, and for two, for all of us to, if not us, someone we know to experience kidney disease. It has to be something going on. And so y'all know, I really came up with a few things that will be the problem. Not could be, but it is the problem. And then I've come up with some things that you can do in order to eliminate the problem. to eliminate the problem. So as you guys come on, please share the love, because I think this message needs to get out to especially the African Americans and people of color. Like I said, we're the ones that are really experiencing the high increase of kidney disease in the U.S. today. We're the ones that are experiencing it. So I think this message needs to really get out to basically everybody, because everyone is really being affected and they probably don't even know it because of some of the things that we eat. And I'm going to go over a few things that will cause you, for one, to have high blood pressure. And a lot of times these things not only affect your high blood, but also they affect your kidney, not your kidney, your liver. I'm sorry. But yeah, not only does it cause you to have high blood, but it affects your liver also, which the high blood is really the thing that's going to affect your kidneys. Okay. So high blood affects your kidney, and it could affect your liver too. So these are some of the things that causes you to have high blood. For one, the number one reason would be being overweight. And you have so many people right now in the U.S. is overweight. So many people that are overweight. And when you're overweight, they call it obese, overweight, whatever you want to call it. If you have excess weight, that means that you are affected probably with experiencing some high blood pressure. Yeah. A lot of people, the first thing that the doctor probably would tell you, if you go to the doctor and he check and he see that your pressure is high, and he knows that you know, baby, lose some weight, he's going to tell you, first thing, okay, you're going to need to lose some weight. You're going to need to lose some weight. And so that's one of the reasons why your blood pressure could be high, because of your weight. So we have to get back into well, we'll talk about the things that you need to do to eliminate. Let's talk about things that causes it. Okay, so being overweight, being obese, and a lot of us, we're not mobile anymore. There's so many people that just sit on this internet, and they just scroll. And you can find yourself sitting and being on the internet and being on the internet for hours, just scrolling through TikTok, just scrolling through YouTube, just scrolling through Facebook. This internet thing is the reason why a lot of us, and not just us, but our kids also, they're not mobile. They're not mobile anymore. They're not outside playing. They're not going working out. They're not outside playing ball. You know, they're not mobile because of the internet. So we have to be mindful of that too. We have to be mindful of the fact that by us sitting and being on the internet all day long for hours and hours and hours, that could be time where, you know, you're out and you're walking around your block, you know, just walking. You're going to the track and maybe walking. You're outside doing some type of physical activity, maybe in the yard, doing some yard work, you know, just doing something just to stay mobile. Just to stay mobile. And I'm going to tell you another thing, being mobile, that keeps you young too. Especially if you're, you know, say up in your 50s or over, that's something that's going to help you continue to stay young, feel young, be young. But when you're sitting at home and all you're doing is sitting on the couch and you're on the internet or you're watching TV and you're eating, that would be a reason. Well, I say that would be a cause to an early death, especially if you're over the age of 50, early death. So not being mobile, that's another thing that could cause you to have high blood pressure. The other thing is processed food. Eating a whole lot of processed food. Now, I talked about this on yesterday when I did my cooking chat, and I talked about the processed food. You know, we are so into the processed food these days. Processed food has no type of purpose for us or for our bodies. Because processed food is them taking out all the minerals, all the fibers, all the nutrients, and it just leaving just man-made food. That's what we call it, man-made food. It serves no purpose for your body at all. None. Not nothing healthy. Not nothing healthy. No purpose at all. So we have to stay away from the processed food. And when I say processed food, I'm also talking about refined carbohydrates too. Refined carbohydrates, oh, yeah, we have to be more mindful. And if you really take a look around, all we see now in the grocery stores are things that are processed, and the reason why they do this processed food is because with processed food, it can stay on the shelf longer, and but we have to realize that it means no good for us at all, none at all, no health reasons attached to it at all, none at all. It's man-made food. They have taken out all the health part of it, all the nutrients, the minerals, the fibers, everything is pulled from it, and they put it on the shelf just so it can last longer. And when you eat it, it's doing no justice to your body at all, serving no purpose, none at all. So that's another thing that could cause you to have high blood pressure. Another thing that could cause you to have high blood pressure is drinking a lot of alcohol. Really, you should stay away from alcohol. Alcohol is not good for you at all. And I know some of you probably don't want to hear this, but alcohol serves no purpose. None at all. Just for you to get a little tipsy and none. Alcohol actually turns into sugar when it goes into your body. So it's like liquid sugar you're putting into your body. It turns into sugar once it gets into your body. That's not good at all. That causes you to have high blood pressure. Not only that, with alcohol causes so many problems with your body. Alcohol causes so many problems with your body. And I don't know if you are male and you have been having erectile problems, that could be a reason, especially if you're at an age of, say, 50 and up. If you're having erectile problems, that could be one of the reasons why you're having that problem because you're drinking too much alcohol. You're going to have to lay off the alcohol. Push away from the alcohol. Another thing is stress. Stress could cause you to have high blood pressure. Oh, yeah, stress definitely can cause you to have high blood pressure. And there's so many things going on in the world today that could be so stressful. We have so many things going on that could cause you to be stressed out. But you have to learn how to just back away, get your mind right, and not let things stress you out, because that causes you to have high blood pressure when you're stressed out. You can't let the world get to you when you get stressed out, and now you're going to have a whole lot of health problems because you're stressed. So that could be another reason why you have high blood pressure. This is a good one here, y'all. This is a real good one here. And I think a lot of people are doing this, but they don't even realize that it's really, really putting a strain on their kidneys and their liver. Some medication do put a strain on your liver. But y'all, for those anti-inflammatory medications, the NSAID, they call them NSAIDs. NSAIDs medication, like your over-the-counter Advil, ibuprofen, Motrin, what's another? Naproxen. Those are over-the-counter pain pills that a lot of people are taking. Those things can cause you to have high blood pressure. And not just that, it damages your kidneys and your livers. When you have been taking these pills for a long, extensive period of time, they starts to damage your kidneys and your liver. So the ibuprofen, and I know some people that take this stuff, if not daily, at least every other day. We have to stay away from these pain pills if we don't need them, y'all. You know, a lot of times people take them so long until their bodies get immune to it and they think they need it, but they really don't, because now their body is addicted. And then once your body get addicted to it, so the purpose of the painkiller is really not serving the purpose anymore, because now your immune system is immune to it and it's not serving the purpose anymore. It's like your body just needs it because it's addicted to it. So we have to be mindful of these things, y'all. This is another thing that I think a lot of people don't realize. You know, they're experiencing high blood pressure, but they don't know why. But then they're popping an Advil or a Motrin or ibuprofen every day. That's the reason you have high blood, because you are taking in these NSAIDs and you don't need them. You take them as directed, or it don't tell you to take it every day. It said take it as needed. You don't need them every day. And if you need it every day, then you need to be seeing your doctor to see why you're in pain and you need this over-the-counter medication every day. But that's one of another big reason why a lot of people are experiencing high blood pressure today. Now, low vitamin D is another reason you could be experiencing high blood pressure. If you have low vitamin D, if your vitamin D level in your system is low, you could that could be causing your high blood. You know, with vitamin D, a lot of people don't realize that 70% of us are probably have low vitamin D levels in our bodies, and we don't even realize that. And with vitamin D, it plays a key role in converting your enzymes into in your kidneys, in the kidneys. A lot of people don't realize that either. When you get vitamin D, which is like the sunlight is like vitamin D. So when that sunlight hits your skin, and it goes into your body, and it actually converts. When it gets in, it converts in your body, and then it converts and goes to your liver. And then from your liver, it goes to your kidneys. And that's what helps your kidneys function like it should with vitamin D. But if your kidneys are not working properly, when that sunlight hits your skin and it goes into your body and converts over and goes to your liver, through your liver, and then to your kidneys, if your kidneys is not working properly, then guess what? You're not getting the proper amount of vitamin D in your body that you need to get in every day. So your kidneys have to be working properly in order for it to, the sunlight to be converted once it gets in your body and travels through your liver to your kidney, to make sure that, you know, if your kidneys working properly, you'll get the proper vitamin D that you need. What's another thing? I'm trying to think that will cause probably your high blood pressure. What is another thing? I think that's probably everything. I think that's probably all the things, the main things that causes the high blood pressure. Now, these are things that you can do to eliminate or get your high blood pressure under control. Okay? But these are things you have to eliminate from your body in order to get your high blood pressure under control. So, caffeine, coffee, energy drinks, any kind of sugary drinks like that, you need to eliminate those from your diet. Coffee is more like dehydrating. So it dehydrates you. And so that means you know, it's putting, when it dehydrates you, that means that it's putting more pressure on your kidneys to function because you're dehydrated. So caffeine, like the coffee, the energy drink, oh y'all, and I see some of these energy drinks that have so, and y'all, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Now I used to, um, what was the name of the drink? It was an energy drink. Oh my gosh, what is it called? I can't think of what the name of that energy drink is called, but it was so good. They have it in like the Mountain Dew flavor. They have it in blackberry flavor. What is the name of that energy drink? If y'all know the name of it, put it in the comment section for me. I can't think of the name of that energy drink, but it's in a can about that tall, and like I said, it comes in Mountain Dew flavor. It comes in blueberry. They have so many different flavors for it. But I used to drink one of those energy drinks. I kid you not. I had to have one, at least one a day. And I had the Mountain Dew type. And you know what the Mountain Dew, they said with Mountain Dew always have, I don't know what they got in Mountain Dew, but it takes you to like a couple levels up. And so just think about it, an energy drink with that Mountain Dew kick to it. Oh, but I was drinking at least one a day, every day. And it was somebody that, I don't know whether it was a family member or who, but somebody we knew well that actually passed away from drinking too many energy drinks, because and I did not know this until actually this happened. But when you drink the energy drinks, it actually speeds up your heartbeat. And so they actually had a heart attack because of so many energy drinks that they had taken in that day, and it sped up their heart to where they had a heart attack. So you have to be careful with these energy drinks, y'all. They serve no purpose at all. Stop with the energy drinks, because a lot of them are loaded with sugar anyway. You don't want to, yeah, like I told the live on yesterday, when you take in drinks like lemonade and tea and Kool-Aid, drinks like that, and energy drinks like that, it's like you taking a handful of sugar and just throwing it and throwing it straight into your blood cell. That's how it is when you drink those energy drinks, or those caffeine drinks, you know, or the Kool-Aid or the lemonade or the tea. You know, if it has a lot of sugar, really drinking drinks like that anyway is like drinking liquid sugar. That's what you're doing. You're drinking liquid sugar. And sugar, if it's not pure natural sugar, like coming from fruits, if it's not natural sugar like that, it serves no purpose. It's like sugar is like pieces of glass. You're drinking pieces of glass, because when it goes in, all it's doing is stripping your vessels. That's all it's doing, cutting them. So sugar is not good. Added sugar. If it's natural sugar coming from your fruits, fine. But if it's not natural sugar and it's added sugar, then no, it's definitely not good for you. Definitely not good for you. And especially if you're experiencing high blood pressure, and especially if you're experiencing diabetes. Stay away, push away, leave alone. You don't need it. You don't need it at all. Now, the next thing that you have to eliminate, you got to get rid of processed foods. So anything that is not natural, like your avocados, or what else? Your avocados, your just natural, like lettuce and kale, things of that sort, things that are natural. If it's not that and it's processed, like I said, processed food has you have no reason eating processed food, because they have stricken all the nutrients from it before they put it in the stores or on the shelf. The purpose of the processed food is for it to stay on the shelf longer, but it serves you no purpose at all. None. None at all. No purpose at all. Well, your body. None at all. Now with processed food, they didn't really come into play until about the 1950s. And the reason why they started creating processed food back in the 1950s, that's when it was World War II. And they the military went to some scientists trying to figure out, what can they come up with for the soldiers, so the soldiers would be able to eat while they were at war. And so they were finding that the soldiers were really not getting killed because of gunshot wounds or things that were coming from the war, but they were being they're being starved to death, malnutrition. So they needed some type of food that the military soldiers could have while they were out at war in the fields. And that's when the scientists came up with the processed food. And like I said, processed food is man-made food. And all it is, they have stricken all the nutrients, all the vitamins, all the minerals, anything that serves a purpose of health for your body. All of that is stricken away from it. And they just seal it in these packs so it could last longer. And that was the reason why they came up with processed food. And so after, the scientists came up with this great idea about processed food, they passed it on to the food chain. And so that's how it got started, getting on the shelves in the grocery stores, because of what the scientists, coming up with this, they thought a great idea for the military in order for them to be able to eat while they were at war. And so that's how they came about with processed food. Processed food serves you no purpose, y'all. Leave it alone. It's not good for you. It is only going to harm you. Definitely, you would get high blood pressure because, as you notice, a lot of processed food have a lot of sodium in it. And sodium salt is definitely not good for you. It is definitely not good for you. And especially if you're experiencing high blood pressure. Definitely not something that you want to take a lot in. As a matter of fact, you need to eliminate from your diet because salt is not good for you at all. It's not at all. You can always get some substitutes for salt. You got the Mrs. Dash. That's my favorite, Mrs. Dash. And I'm pretty sure there's some other ones out there. But I do know about the Mrs. Dash because I remember back when I was a weight loss consultant, a counselor, weight loss consultant / counselor at the Jenny Craig Weight Loss Center, where I worked for about 5 years as a counselor. And Mrs. Dash was one of the things that we shared with our clients to use in the place of salt, the Mrs. Dash. So that will be a good salt substitute for you, something to season your food. And yeah, use like things like lemon zest, lemon juice, things of that sort. Use natural things. You have your natural fresh spices like your oregano, your parsley, things of that sort. Your what is the other thing? I can't think of the name of it. And I just got it on yesterday. What was it? Dill. That's what it was. But yeah, if y'all didn't see my video on yesterday when I did the cook in chat, I came up with I did the lobster rolls. I actually did it live, my lobster rolls, and they came out pretty good. So if you didn't watch that, go back and watch that. I used some fresh dill on one of the lobster rolls. But yeah, so the other thing is you have to eat more whole foods. If you want to try to cut back on, try to lower your blood pressure, you want to eat more whole foods, y'all. Stay away from the man-made foods. The whole foods are things like avocado and the kale and the lettuce, things that are natural and not man-made. So eat more whole foods. And the other thing that could help you bring your blood pressure down is getting rid of those NSAIDs, y'all. That is what I was talking with you guys about earlier. Those over-the-counter painkillers like your Advil, your ibuprofen, your Motrin, etc. Those are the things that could keep your keep your blood pressure elevated. So stay away from the over-the-counter painkillers. And for those of you that are probably taking this stuff on a daily basis, it's not good for you at all. All you're doing is you tearing up, messing up, damaging your kidneys and your liver. You got to stop with these over-the-counter painkillers. And I think that's the reason, one of the big reasons why we have so many dialysis centers that have popped up. Like I said, I know for a fact in the South, they have popped up in these little rural areas. I truly believe that a lot, and this is just my opinion. I truly believe that a lot of the doctors use us as guinea pigs. And not just that, I truly believe that, with them making money from the pharmaceutical company, they just push stuff off on us. We have to be more mindful of the things that, that they prescribe to us. We have to be more mindful. We have to read, y'all, when you go pick up your medication from the pharmacy, it always have, the side effects for long-term, short-term side effects, things that you cannot take or do with the medication. Read that stuff, y'all. It will clearly tell you on there that some of these medications, if you take them for an extended period of time, you will have kidney failure. You will have a damaged liver. You will get memory loss, like the medication I was taking. I had to find out the hard way. My doctor eventually, admitted to me, but if he had not, y'all, I don't know. I think it was just all God. Because if he not had admit that to me and told me that the medication he had me on for my stomach was causing me to have memory loss, y'all, I would have been taking that medicine right now today. And this has been about 7 months ago. 7 months ago when he shared that information with me. And ever since then, I've been trying to tell any and everybody that I can tell that will listen to me. I'm trying to let them know, listen, read your labels. When you get these, pick up these medications from the pharmacy, read it. Especially if it's something that they're telling you you're going to have to take for an extended period of time. Read the long-term side effects. I promise you, you don't want to end up with dementia. You don't want to end up with Alzheimer's. You don't want to end up with being on dialysis. You don't want to end up needing a liver. You don't want to end up, y'all, like that. So you have to read the instructions on your medication when you pick it up from the pharmacy. And if you have questions, ask the doctor. I know one time I went to pick up some medicine from the pharmacy, and I know the doctor told me one thing, but when I went to pick up the medicine, and she was saying, okay, we got this, and we got that, and we got this. And I'm like, okay, wait, hold up. Now explain to me. Now, what is this for? What is this for? Kind of find out, y'all. He was putting me on some steroids. And I'm like, I'm not taking no steroids. He didn't tell me nothing about no steroids. He didn't share nothing about no steroids. I'm not taking no steroids. And then the other thing was, what was the other thing? Oh gosh, what you call the medication that it numbs your nerve, numbs your body, really. What is it called? Oh, I can't think of it. Y'all put it in the comment section for me. You help me out. It numbs you, relaxes you. Muscle relaxer. That's what it is. It was a muscle relaxer. And he was putting me on a muscle relaxer. He didn't talk to me in the office, nothing about no muscle relaxer. I had an auntie that actually died from taking muscle relaxer. I am terrified of muscle relaxers. I'm not taking no muscle relaxer. He didn't share that information with me when when I was at my appointment earlier, and he said he was going to write prescriptions for different things. muscle relaxer was not one of them. So when I got to the pharmacy and they were telling me, because I was asking her, okay, what's that for? What is that? And she said, oh, this one is a muscle relaxer. No, you keep that one. I don't want that one. You can keep that one. I'm not taking no muscle relaxer. I'm sorry. It was a bad experience for me to find out that I had an auntie that died from muscle relaxer. I'm not taking no muscle relaxers. She actually took muscle relaxers, laid on the couch, and it relaxed her out. It just slowly stopped her heartbeat, and she relaxed out and died. I'm not taking no muscle relaxers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, so you have to know exactly what they are prescribing to you when you go to these doctors. Um, Even if you have to ask questions, ask questions. That's what they're there for. You know, you don't want to just take in and everything. And then you have to be mindful too, because especially if you already taken medication and now they're giving you more medication, something totally different, you have to let them know, because what if the two medications clash? What if they clash? What if they don't go together? That was just like that stomach medication I was taking. When I did my investigating on that, because I went and done some research, and so I found out that with that medication, you cannot take that medication with metformin. You cannot take that medication with any kind of diuretic medication. And I found out that it was so many people mixing the two, and they have been doing it for years and years. And they were saying too, I was wondering why I couldn't remember things. So I was wondering why I couldn't remember one day to the next. It's because not only were they taking the medication for a long period of time, which would cause memory loss, but they were also mixing the medication with other medication that they should not have been mixing it with. And so that intensified the side effects. Intensified. So just imagine how many elderly people that we know right now today that's suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's, and they brush it off on the fact that they're elderly, not knowing that the cause could be them taking that stomach medication. Because a lot of people have problems with their stomach these days, acid reflux, all kind of gastrointestinal problems with their stomach. I'm one of them. Colitis. That's why I was taking the medication. He had me on the medication, and I have been taking it for about 4 or 5 years, not knowing that it was causing memory loss. Walking around in here thinking, oh, okay, go in one room. Oh, well, what did I come in here for? Or I know I put my keys over there. Now, because of the medication that I was taking. Ever since I stopped taking that medication, y'all, my memory is A+. I'm telling you guys, you have to be mindful of the things that these doctors are prescribing to you. You have to do your research. You have to know what the side effects are, not just short term, but also the long-term side effects. You have to know this, because this could be something that could be damaging to you as you get older. You don't want that. You don't want to have to end up on a dialysis machine. You don't want to have to end up losing your memory, where somebody got to take care of you. I know I didn't. I mean, at least he could have shared with me, okay. And he was all about in a roundabout way, I guess, because every visit I would go to, he was telling me, okay, we got to wean you off the bed. We got to get you off. And I'm like, why? Why? I have colitis. It's for my stomach, to help keep the acid down in my stomach. Why? He didn't want to share with me, but God made him share it. God made him share it. And I'm going to tell you how I know it was just God. It was God, because after he shared that information with me, a couple of visits later when I went to him, don't you know he was trying to put me on another stomach medication? And I had already done my research, and I found out that there were five of these medications for your stomach that causes memory loss. And he was trying to put me on another one that caused memory loss. And I looked at him like, Doc, I'm not taking that. You just shared with me a couple of months ago, that this causes memory loss. You know, the stomach. He was like, oh, I did. Yeah, you did. And that's why I knew it was God. It was all God. He would have never shared that information with me. He would have never shared that information with me. But it was God. It was all God. And I thank God for God, because that's when I went and I started doing my research, and I found out, sure enough, it caused memory loss after taking it for an extensive period of time. And I had been on the medication for almost about 5 years. That's why I was experiencing some fogginess in my memory. So y'all, be mindful. Just be mindful of the medications that are being prescribed to you, and do your research and find out what are the side effects, short term and long term. Now, and manage stress. That's another thing, another way for you to control your high blood pressure. You have to learn how to control and manage your stress level. You have to do that, y'all. Sometimes we have to take a break. Sometimes you have to take a vacation. You know, whatever you have to do in order to get your mental right, so you can relieve the stress in your life, especially if you're experiencing high blood pressure. You got to do that, because guess what? All of that stress, or whatever it is that you're worried about or trying to handle, trying to take care of those kids, that husband, that job, whatever it is, I promise you, if you kick the bucket, life goes on for them. Life goes on. So you have to take care of self. You cannot take care of somebody else when you're not right, when you're unhealthy. So in order to be able to help them, you're still going to have to help yourself. So whatever it takes for you to relieve stress out of your life, and I know we're not going to just eliminate stress altogether, but you can have it under control where it's not affecting your blood pressure. So you do what you got to do in order to protect your health. Like I say, if you have to take a vacation, take a vacation. If you have to just take a break in general, you know, I know with me, to relieve stress with me, if I go out to lunch by myself, you know, just go sit, eat, that's a stress reliever right there. You know, and a lot of times when I go out, I do my little videos where, you know, I'm doing my reviews on the restaurant. But guess what? That's a stress reliever for me. That's something that helps me relieve stress. So whatever it is that you need to do in order to help you to relieve stress, you need to do that. You need to do that, and do it as many times as you need to do it, because your health comes first. Nothing else matters but your health. Because I promise you, when you're dead and gone, those people that you're stressed out for or stressed out over, life is going to go on for them. They probably grieve for a little while, but guess what? Life goes on. Life goes on. So take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. The last thing that I'm going to tell you is to remove white flour and refined carbohydrates from your diet. Remove white flour and refined carbohydrates from your diet. You have to do this, y'all. It serves no purpose. All it doing is damaging your body, damaging your insides. It could be, or probably is, one of the reasons why you're experiencing high blood pressure. Another thing too, with the white flour and the refined carbohydrates, it's increasing the insulin in your body. It's increasing the insulin in your body. Yes, it is. And so, with the increase of insulin in your body, it increases your blood pressure. So that could be a reason why you are experiencing high blood pressure, because you have to get rid of those refined carbohydrates and those and the white flour. White flour. Refined carbohydrates and white flour. Get them out your diet, especially if you're trying to take control over your blood pressure. Okay? It makes, and then with the refined carbohydrates and the white flour anyway, a lot of times they have a whole lot of salt in it. And so when you eat it, all it do is just makes you jittery. That's why I say it increases your insulin level. It just makes you jittery. It makes you jittery and excited. You don't need that, especially if you're trying to control your blood pressure. So get rid of the refined carbohydrates and the white flour. Take it out of your diet. The white flour, the refined carbohydrates, I'm talking things like pasta, rice, but white potatoes, pasta, rice, white potatoes, what else? Corn. Take that stuff out of your diet, y'all. Yeah, corn ain't good for you either. Y'all didn't know that, did you? No, it's not. No, it's not. I found out too, with these seafood bags. That's why when I go get seafood bags, I do get the corn. But I'm gonna have to cut back on the corn, because a lot of times what I'll tell them, okay, take out the potatoes, take out the sausage, because I don't eat sausage. Take out the potatoes, take out the sausage, and adding extra corn. I'm gonna have to start taking out the corn now too, because the corn is not good for you. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a veggie, but it's still not good for your body. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, that's it. That's all I have. I hope all the information that I've shared with you guys today, I pray and hope that it's going to help you take control of your blood pressure. And share the video, y'all. Please share the video, because everybody needs to know this. Like I said, it is 33%. 1 out of every 3 African American or people with color that suffer with some type of kidney disease today. 1 out of 3. So 1 out of every 3 Black person or person of color that at least one of them is experiencing some type of kidney disease. And guess what? That's 33% of African Americans and people of color in the U.S. And we only make up, y'all. Yeah, y'all ain't hear me. Y'all ain't hear me, y'all. We only make up, what was it, 12%? I think it was 12%. Yeah, 12%. We only make up 12% of the population, but 33% of the African Americans and people of color in the U.S. suffer from some type of kidney disease. We got to do better. We have to do better. And I think a lot of it comes from the processed food, taking those over-the-counter painkillers, obesity. Those are the things that are causing it. So y'all eat more whole foods, lose some weight, get rid of those painkillers, and take care of yourselves. That's all I have. Y'all have a good day.